Guys, and Shadolance back for another review. I just finished rewatching the actual video of this, and I don't think I've ever laughed so hard in my entire life. At the end of this, there's just a really funny section of the review. I don't start off doing super amazing. In fact, I'm not really even that good with this weapon. This is the Jackhammer. It is a fantastic shotgun, and I would rate it in the top 4 of all NX standard shotguns. My first and second still being the Remington and the, Kel-Tec. I still love the Kel-Tec. I'm still very good with it, and I really love that shotgun. Although this one definitely has its perks, and I will go over those in the review. Obviously, I'm getting into that now. So, going over stats. Damage of 82, portability of 53, rate of fire of 20, and recoil of 53. Now, I want to say this is possibly the most underrated shotgun in the entire game next to the Kel-Tec. Obviously, a lot of people like the Remington 1187P, so people are still going to be using that a lot. That's not necessarily underrated. There are plenty of people that use that weapon. But looking at this gun and looking at the Kel-Tec, they are so badly underrated, it's not even funny, to be honest. So, going over the actual, my reactions to the stats. Ammo capacity, 10 of 30. That's a lot of ammo. That's a lot of kills you can get, especially when the fact that this is more often than not a one-shot kill close range to the back on a medium or light vester, 2 shots anywhere else, and on any other kind of vester. So, in fact, it's even a 2-shot kill on a tanker vester at the appropriate ranges. So, honestly, maybe a 3-shot kill, but less likely for that to happen than not. So, this weapon's been nerfed and unnerfed several times. It was nerfed after the week it came out, which is obviously a very common thing Nexon does. That guy took 20 shots there and survived, so I have no idea what the hell his problem is, but anyway, going over the actual stuff. Damage of 82 is quite high even for a shotgun. Most typically average around 70 to 75. And the damage drop-off on this weapon is minuscule. It is incredibly low damage drop-off even for a shotgun. It's better than the SPOS 12. It's actually better than the Remington 1187P. And it's obviously better than the Kel-Tec. Kel-Tec doesn't have great damage drop-off, to be completely honest. But, yeah. The spread is incredibly tight on this weapon, and I don't know how many pellets this gun fires. I want to say it's 8, but I have a feeling it might be 6. It is a fully automatic shotgun, just like the M4 Super 90, and it seems to be incredibly quiet. Despite the fact that it actually looks rather loud, it just seems like it is very, very, quiet, just because people never seem to notice me when I'm using it. And I know I'm saying that this is where the funny part begins, I'm pretty sure. This or either the next life. Maybe it's the next life. But I literally sit up here in this tower for half the game, and I'm one-shotting people with the USP, just one-clicking them. Doing it with, just sitting here, camping, and it is so funny because they fail so hard. It's just really funny in general, and I get a lot of headshots. This gun is actually really easy to aim with headshots because the spread does not get any bigger in its small spread to begin with on a shotgun. So that basically means the entire amount of spread that you have will be covered by the shotgun. So it just helps. On top of the fact that it does a huge amount of damage, so if it's not a one-shot kill, it's going to be damn close. So just saying that. I got killed there, crap. It is a $20 weapon, so compared to other weapons, this is more worth the money than others, I would say. The gun is rather heavy, though. That's one of the biggest things people hate about this weapon. The 53 portability is incredibly small. This is like M107 heavy. This is an incredibly heavy shotgun, although it's not that big on screen, so it's relatively easy to manage. The running animation is kind of stupid, in my opinion, but I guess you can't have perfect running animation with everything. I would have designed it better myself if I had it, but, Nexon's not me. I can do this stuff better than they can. Going back, rate of fire of 20 is relatively high, to be honest. It's obviously higher than the average sniper, but it's also a fully automatic weapon, so keep that in mind as you're using it. A lot of people would say 10 shots per magazine is kind of small for a fully automatic weapon, and I kind of agree, but keep in mind your alternative is the M4 Super 90. If I were to say that you had the M4 Super 90 and this weapon, I would say one of 2 combinations would leave you best set with shotguns. Either the Kel-Tec and the Remington, that would give you a little more variation, or have the M4 Super 90 in this weapon. They kind of go hand in hand, and they cover each other's weaknesses. This is the same guy that tanks 4 shots, even though he obviously had no spawn shield, so I have no idea what the hell his problem is. Going back to this gun, it has a pretty fast reload, and also I forgot to mention, that is a very unique thing about this weapon. It has a clip reload. You guys probably noticed that by now, but it does have a clip reload. It's not the typical shotgun reload. That's another one of the weaknesses of the M4 Super 90 that this one covers. Also, like I said, this weapon has a very small damage drop-off with a very small spread, so it covers those weaknesses of the M4 Super 90. Now, the M4 Super 90, on the other hand, does have the variable spread, and the crouching spread of the M4 Super 90 is smaller than the Jackhammer. So if you use the trick where you jump above someone and then press crouch to minimize your spread, there's obviously smaller spread on the M4 Super 90 overall if you use it properly. This is where I go around and start pistoling people in the head from up here, and it's absolutely hilarious. Like, these people fail so hard, but I know maybe they're like just spawning or they're AFK or something, but I don't know. These people are not very smart, to be honest. They don't. I mean, I literally sit up here for an incredible amount of time, and no one ever realizes I'm up here. So, yeah. Going back on it, I'd say this gun is most definitely worth it. A lot of you guys may have noticed that this is actually my second review of this weapon. So, yeah, I'm kind of replacing it. My old one wasn't super outdated, per se, but I did have to replace the audio due to the third-party content, and I figured, well, as long as I like the weapon and as long as I got this kind of gameplay, I might as well go ahead and redo the review, since I think this gameplay is worth posting, and I'm going to repost the other one as well, just because it's not an outdated review, it's just another review. So if you want to see more gameplay of it, the Jackhammer footage for the original one, if it's not already reposted, it will be reposted soon. I'm pretty sure it's actually probably already reposted, but I will have to redo the actual audio on it, but I will keep the gameplay. So, as you guys have been able to tell recently, you've been watching my reviews, I've fallen in love with my USPSE again. I've been stuck using my G18 Cobra. If you've been playing me in game, I've been using my G18 Cobra a lot. I've also been using my oh god, what's the other pistol I've been using? My pocket revolver. I've been using those a lot recently, and I tried using the G18 Carbon Black, but I just don't like it. I like the power, and I like the feel of the other one better, the Cobra. I know I'm weird, whatever. That's a breath. That's a mouthful. But anyway, I've done like 6 reviews in a row here, so I'm just kind of like getting tired, but it's okay. I can power through. I had tennis practice before this, so I'm a bit winded from that still. Varsity level tennis practice is not always the easiest in the world, so yeah. I guess just a few other things I could really kind of point out. It got released on October 20th, 2011, so yeah, that's around the time, end of 2011, yeah. It's one of the few fully automatic shotguns in the game, the SPOS 12 Gold, the M4 Super 90, the Jackhammer, and I think that might be it, to be honest. I'm pretty sure those are the only fully automatic ones. I may be wrong. I'm not including NX Rares, by the way. I would almost consider the Maxus a fully automatic gun with how fast you can fire that crap. I mean, dang. I do want to really quickly pull up the M4. I don't have time to do that, actually. But I was going to say, I actually think, no, it doesn't have as fast fire rate as the M4 Super 90. The M4 Super 90 has a 23, this has a 20. So slightly slower fire rate, but that's about all I really have to say about the weapon. It's very heavy. Do I recommend? That's really the only big downside, to be honest. It's very, well, yeah, that's about really the only downside I can say. It's a good gun. I love using it. It makes a great pair with the M4 Super 90. It's the equivalent of the Kel-Tec, in my opinion, and the M4 Super 90 is the equivalent of the Remington 1187P. So I would say if you like shotguns, take one of those 2 pairs and call it a day. I've got all 4, and I gotta say, personally, I prefer my Kel-Tec Remington combination, but the Jackhammer M4 combination is still great, and it's amazing for quarantine regen because the high damage knocks zombies back super far. Not that I'm a core pro, but anyway. Thank you guys for watching this review. Please rate, comment, subscribe. I know this sounds manufactured almost, but I really do thank you guys for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe. I really do appreciate the feedback. It helps me make more reviews and get ideas. Thank you for watching. Shadolance out.